P9 back with another live stream on this Wednesday morning. And notice I say Wednesday, Winsday, meaning this is a winning Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? You guys should have the mindset of winning, the victorious mindset. So thought I'd hop on here this morning and do a live stream. And chop it up with you guys for a little while this morning. So you know what I'm saying? So we'll wait till some people come up in the live. We got one person in here, and that's Tina Mosho. What's happening, Tina? Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a really good morning, a great morning, excellent morning, all that good stuff. I'm glad to have you here. Just got home from work. Decided to hop on here, and it's really starting to feel like fall. Like it's really starting to feel like fall now as far as the weather. And when I tell you it is really chilly outside, I mean it's like in the 40s. So it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold this morning. But the afternoons be pretty warm, like in the 70s and stuff like that. But I'm glad we starting to feel that fall weather, because that sweltering heat and that humidity was absolutely unbearable, as it usually is down here in the South. It's going a little slowly, but I'm in it. Okay. Yeah, I feel you on that. Tina, definitely. But it's good to have you on, good to have you on here. And, tomorrow I'll be vlogging. I'll be doing my vlogging, making my rounds, getting this content. So, so you guys be on the lookout for some vlogs at the end of this week. And that's pretty much it that I have going on. So yeah, I'm gonna hit up the Smoky Mountains tomorrow, get some content, and just vibe, just vibe and as usual, get the content. Can't wait to post it and all that good stuff. So it's gonna be all good. It's gonna be all good, bro. But for real. We got 4 people in the live. We got 4 people in the live, so we got some more people coming in. And as you guys come in, if you like the live, make sure you hit the like button. Tap that like button. 2 taps of the screen. I really would appreciate it if you like the live. And if you're new to the channel, also definitely go check out the long form content on this channel. I travel to different cities and towns and get the history and get the visuals and just basically do my commentary. And I have quite a bit of content up until this point. So, feel free to go check it out at your leisure. And support the channel by subscribing. I appreciate, if you subscribe to the channel and check out more of this content. I got more, I'm a growing channel, still a small fry, but I'm coming up slowly but surely on this platform. I know you're a pretty high vibes, positive guy, but how are you? Yeah, overall I've been doing good. I've been doing great. Just been working, and everything like that, and just keeping my spirits up. You know what I'm saying? Best way I can. Sometimes it could be a challenge because the world, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world that can kind of get you down a little bit. But I try not to feed off of that energy. And just basically just control what I can control, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But and just pray for those that that don't have it as good and just move forward from there. But I just try not to let the negative vibes of the world get me down. The negative energy. Don't feed off the negative energy, and that's pretty much in a nutshell how I've been. What's up, Kiss from Jay? Kiss from Jay in the building. Thank you for tuning in to the channel, to the live stream this morning. I hope everything is going well with you. Yeah, slowly but surely, absolutely, absolutely, and we definitely climbing on this on this with this YouTube journey. So I feel I'm really glad that we get to witness each other, grow on this channel and everything like that. Yeah, but I thought I'd get on here and do this live stream this morning. I'm getting back into my daily live stream routine. Remember, it's been like prior to a few days ago, it's probably been like 2 weeks since I did a live stream, or at least had some type of regularity on the live. So yeah, so I'm back to doing that more often, and yeah. But I got some content, like I said, I'll be working on some content tomorrow. That's pretty much all I have in the works right now. Can't wait till tomorrow to go get this content in the Smoky Mountains. I gotta make sure I wear me a jacket. Gotta make sure because in the fall time it get a little chilly up in the mountains. It's not like super cold, but it get a little chilly up there. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's pretty much what I have going on. Periodically I like to get on here and give you guys an update. Call upon the name of Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Amen. Amen to that, Shane. Amen to that. Absolutely. Adam the God says hello. Welcome to the live, Adam. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Shane, I appreciate that. Love you, bro. God bless and have a good day. God bless you as well, and you have a good day as well. Much love to you, Shane. Appreciate that. I've been attempting to adjust to going so hard. I'm close to the end of the month and I'm experiencing fatigue from putting out so much content. Yeah, I feel you on that, Tina. And I know that could be, it can be, it can be exhausting for sure. It can be exhausting. Absolutely. So I definitely understand. All I can say to that is just, keep grinding and, definitely do it at your pace. You know what I'm saying? Definitely do it at your pace. We definitely gonna be supporting for sure. We definitely gonna be supporting. What up, Bambi? Bambi P in the building. How's the Pizzaverse travel secretary doing today? I'm doing great. Doing great. Just got home from work. Thought I start the day off with a live stream. Chop it up with you guys this morning. But everything's been going very well. I really enjoyed your videos yesterday as well, Bambi. It was really cool seeing all those places. Those different destinations for the haunted houses and stuff. I'm still at it, but it's definitely kicking my assets. Yeah, it could get like that for sure. It could get like that. Like, you know, like I said, I gotta go get me some more content. I gotta get me some more content tomorrow, and and just keep on posting and just stay consistent. Um, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, I see you in your office at HQ. That's right, P9 headquarters. Yes, indeed, secretary's office, travel secretary. Okay, part five dropping tonight, and as usual, I'm gonna go check that out as well. Check that out. But yeah, it's so good to be up in here this morning with you guys. You guys have been. I appreciate the support you guys have been giving, and the fact that we support each other. Um, that's really my biggest thing right there is just the support that helps to keep us going for sure, and the passion that we have for what we do. It's definitely a really cool experience, just creating content. Adam says, you like basketball? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, you saw my poster in the back. Yeah, that's of course the Mamba Kobe. That was like one of my favorite players growing up. It was really a really great experience growing up watching him play. You know, watching Allen Iverson and MJ. Even though I can't like I started watching basketball kind of like at the tail end of Michael Jordan's career, you know, so I didn't really get to see MJ at the beginning of his career because he was before my time, but I did get a chance to see him play live like at the end of his career, you know. Yeah, Kobe's the GOAT for sure. I definitely agree with that. Kobe is the GOAT. Bro, that's like as far as his whole approach to the game, his willingness to always get better. He always wanted to get better. He stayed in the gym. He stayed focused. He had a laser sharp focus, and he was just always that killer instinct, bro. Like he always wanted the ball in his hand. Like when every time, y'all excuse that noise in the background. There's they got the groundskeeper out doing doing their thing. So shout out to the groundskeeper, keeping the grass cut and all that good stuff. But yeah, Kobe, like man, that dude grew up watching him. From when he was number 8 all the way when he changed to 24, you know. But yeah, but basketball season just started. Now I will say this, as far as basketball is concerned, I don't watch the regular season as much as I used to when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like I really just watched during the playoffs. But back when I was younger, when they had NBA on NBC, and back when they used to broadcast the games on like NBC, on ABC on Sundays, I used to watch basketball like every weekend, almost every day that they broadcasted on TV. But they don't broadcast them on TV as much as they used to. That nowadays they put them behind paywalls and you just can't really, you just don't really get a chance to see them as much. You know, that's something I miss too. Being able to support more channels is starting to take a while to get around to everyone. So many have dope content. Absolutely, Tina, for sure. Like, it's so many people that have really good content. Like, I be wanting to, I be wanting to support. It be so many of them. Like, you know, your boy Elevated, you know, Elevated Mindset, Bambi, you know, Corey's World, you know, Kiss from Jay, you know, Damo. I mean, it's so many. It's so many of the people just in our, just in this community alone. You know, Cooking Beauty's content. She's really dope. Um, it's just so many. Trisha Nicole. I can go on and on. You know, Supreme. You know, Supreme with the lives. You know, it's just so many. You know, so many really cool, dope content creators in this, within this, you know, within this sector of YouTube, within this community. I never really got into basketball. I'm into football. Yeah, I like football as well. I like football as well, especially college football. I like college football more than I like the professional football. Even though I watch professional football as well, but college football is just that's you know, that's my thing right there. You know, and me being from Alabama, you know, you know, college football down here is really a huge, well, college and high school football down here is really a huge deal. You know, you got Hoover High School. Hoover High School, one of the top tier high schools in the state of Alabama, football wise, and of course Roll Tide, Alabama. You know, yeah. So what's up, the city hillbilly? The city hillbilly in the building. What books do you read? Ah, shoot. I like to read history books. I like to read history books. I like novels. Um, Pretty much just kind of like history books, novels, things of that nature. Like to read the travel related books. I'm a Harry Potter. I also like the Harry Potter books, you know. Um, yeah, I'm just playing Madden 23 almost every day. Okay, okay, yeah, it's been a minute since I played Madden. I think the last Madden, it's been many years since I played Madden, to be honest. I probably haven't played the last Madden since probably like Madden 2018 or something like that. It's been that long. It's been that long since I played Madden. Yeah, they must have a Hoover High School everywhere. They got one in Des Moines, and it's oh, oh wow, it's that bad, huh? Yeah, like the Hoover High School we have here in Alabama, it's Hoover is actually outside of Birmingham. You know, Hoover is like the real upscale part of the Birmingham metro area. You know, like, you know, Hoover, Vestavia Hills. That's like them the burbs right there. Them the burbs for real, for real. Like they've had a high school. Their football program has been elite for like as long as I can remember. Ever since I was a kid, you know. But you know, yeah, it's a huge contrast from Birmingham. I can tell you that Hoover is the, you know, That's the suburbs, you know. That's where they have the Galleria Mall, kind of like the the uppity the uppity, kind of like the upscale part of the metro area. Whereas Birmingham is, that's the hood. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who know Birmingham. It's like night and day. But they have a little bit of, you know they have a little bit of a hood in Hoover, but not that. But Hoover is mostly like the good side of it. Oh yeah, not on the good side of the city fights. Yes. Wow. Dang. So Des Moines, they got, yeah. So they got a dang. They got that type of the vibe out there. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's tough when you at a school like that, and that's when you go to school and you have to see all that every time. Like I remember those days. Like we used to, when I was in high school, we used to have fights like almost on a daily basis, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I'm like, bro, like y'all come to school to fight? That's wild, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, education is important. Absolutely. It really is. You always, I feel like you always need to in my opinion, everybody should be should be open to learning something new every day. You know, they used to have race gang fights in the 90s. Jeez, wow. Out there in Iowa. Ah, dang, that's crazy. I appreciate that, Adam. Appreciate you for subscribing, and thank you for tuning in to the live stream. It was nice meeting you, and you have a good day today. Hopefully see you back in another live stream. Um yeah, south side of Des Moines at the high school, they had a riot, all kind of BS in the 90s. Whew. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that they have you know, wow. All over race. It's crazy that people just can't go. They can't live in this. They can't go to the same school and just go to learn. It's like, but we had that. Like we had that. Even though when I was in high school, I went to a predominantly black school, high school. It was probably like 99.99% black. It was in Atlanta. And it used to be people from like different neighborhoods fighting each other. Like, you know, Atlanta. In Atlanta, they have zones. They have, you have zone 3, you have zone 1, which is the west side of Atlanta. Like Bankhead Highway. Zone 1 was like Bankhead Highway. This an area of Atlanta called the Bluffs, and Vine City. That was zone 1, and you had zone 3. No, really, you had zone 4. You had zone 4 was more like the SWATs, the Southwest Atlanta. You had Oakland City, Ben Hill, Campbellton Road, all that. People like from different neighborhoods be beefing and fighting each other. Like they go to the same school, which was crazy. They go to the same school, live in the same city, but they beefing and fighting over neighborhoods. Like they don't even own none of, like most of them folks renting, and they live in poverty and everything like that, and renting in these areas, and they fighting over this. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Iowa ain't what everyone thinks. Yeah, I feel you on that. It's safe, but there is a lot of dark history and things that have happened. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine. I would always, you know, I would always just think. I would think, when before I really knew anything about Iowa, I used to always think that was a big issue there. As far as the race and everything is concerned. What up, James? James in the building. Man, yeah, that's a good question, James. Like, man, I haven't been doing live streams as much as these past couple of weeks. I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus, and it was unintentional. It was just, like I just never, like every time I told myself I'm gonna do a live stream, I always just say, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And finally, a few days ago, I went live for the first time in like almost 2 weeks. And today is day number 3. This is the first time I went live 3 days straight in a long time. So, wow, Bloods and Crips in Denver in the 90s. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I heard Denver was wild too, like for real, for real. Yeah. It's crazy when you have a city like that to have that type of activity. Now we have what's that, Trey de Aguilas. That must be like a Mexican gang or something. I appreciate that, James. Yeah, yeah. I feel you. No problem. No problem. But yeah, man. What's up, Ryan? Good morning. How are you? How are you today, man? How everything going with you? Man, you have a blessed one as well, Ryan. I appreciate you for stopping by the live stream. Appreciate you. Ryan, Mr. Mulatto 365, but his name's Ryan. His name is Ryan, man. Really dope brother. Really dope brother. About to hit the gym. Hey, man. Man, I'm gonna go later on today, man. I'm gonna go later on today. I actually went to the gym a couple of days ago for like the first time in a long time, bro. It was really dope. It was really refreshing. So I'm gonna go back today. Work on these legs. So that way, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get right, just in general, but for sure for before next summer, bro. I'm trying to get these gains. I shaved my beard off. No one recognized me. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's how it be. I still haven't even started growing a beard yet. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, Ryan. Definitely got to stay consistent for sure. Definitely got to stay consistent. Consistency is key. Jan, you say you get a workout at work? Oh wow. Say that's enough right there, huh? Yeah, 2026 is our year for sure, Ryan. Definitely. Definitely, bro. Absolutely. And I can definitely see nothing but elevation from here. I could definitely see nothing but elevation in 2026 for sure. The last 2 nights here was 37 degrees. Ooh wee. Mm. Yeah, me and the cold do not get along. You know what I'm saying? Me and the cold do not get along. That's why I be trying to, like, when I do my vlogs, I be trying to, like, I be wanting to get out while the weather is somewhat warm, even if it's not hot, extremely hot. Because if it's extremely hot, that's unbearable too. But when it's when it's like cold, cold, like it's hard for me to even function, to be really productive like that. Like for instance, it was 40 degrees this morning. It was like 42 degrees outside this morning, and and I had put on my heavy coat. Snow in the mountains, but not here yet. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Y'all get that y'all get that snow out there in Colorado. Yeah, them snow-capped mountains. Them the real mountains right there. I remember a while back you said we got foothills out here, but y'all got the mountains, the snow caps. What up, Stash? Stash Cash in the building. What's going on with you, brother? Hope all is well with you, bro. The high mid 60s this week. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be this week here, and that's pretty doable. Like I could do mid 60s, like 65, 66 degrees, something like that. I could that's doable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not too hot, not too cold. That's manageable. I can manage that. Yeah, the foothills. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, we got the foothills out here for sure. Now we like right here in the Appalachian. Like Huntsville is the Appalachian, but it's the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. So our mountains are not as steep, but our foothills aren't as steep. What up? Okay, Adam, you back? Okay, welcome back to the live. Appreciate you for stopping back in here. I appreciate you, Stash, as well for stopping by and showing some love to the live. I appreciate you, brother. And you take it easy, bro. Have yourself a great day. The Rockies look small compared to the Himalayas. Yeah, them Himalayas. Now those are some mountains. Those are some mountains right there, man. I remember that saying. They go, the player from the Himalayas. I'm a player from the Himalayas. Yeah, but yeah, but man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the live stream. We up to 11 likes this morning. We up to 11 likes this morning in this live stream. So yeah, for those that are just coming into the live, y'all know what to do. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you double tap that screen or make that one click of a mouse if you're on the computer. Whatever device you watching the stream, make sure you hit that like button. And Mount Denali is like 5,000 miles above all the 14,000 mile mountains here. Yeah, Mount Denali, absolutely. Yeah, now out there in what is it, Alaska? Yeah, that's them mountains are real. Those are some like real mountains. And you got Mount Everest. You know what I'm saying? Mount McKinley. Can you imagine them folks trying to hike the mountains, bro? Hiking them mountains is, boy, when I tell you, whew, well, that's a ooh wee climbing them mountains like that, bro. I mean, my neighbor when younger climbed K2 and Mount Everest. Wow. Mount Everest, yeah, that's if you could get if you could, bro, if you can climb Mount Everest, it's not too much in this planet that you can't accomplish if you can climb Mount Everest. Like that's literally the highest mountain on the planet. Like, 8,000, almost 9,000 feet, almost nine, I mean, almost, no, excuse me, 9,000 meters, 9,000 meters. So like 29,000 feet tall, something like that. It's crazy. That is insane. You gotta be like, to pull that off, man. Shoot. You have to overcome a lot of obstacles, a lot of like just a lot of then that high altitude, that extremely high altitude, and potential for avalanche. It's just so many things. It's just crazy about that, bro. Climbing a mountain that tall. What up, Precious? Good morning. How are you? Hopefully everything is going well with you this morning. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. Well, he's true. He's 70 now. Was my uncle best friend. Saw him at my uncle funeral 4 years ago. Wow. RIP to your uncle, by the way. Condolences to you and your family. I know it's happened 4 years ago, but I extend my condolences to you and the family these many years after. Good morning. I'm straight. How are you? I'm doing very well this morning. Doing very well this morning. Thought I'd get on here, this live stream, and just tap in with you guys. Um, you know, just tap in. I've been wanting to do my live streams, be more consistent with the live, so try to stay true to my word. One of his daughters passed in May 2025, my cousin. And I'm also sorry to hear about that as well. 43. Wow, 43. That's crazy, man. Condolences to you and to your family for that as well. I mean, 43 is young. Like, I don't care what anybody says. When you in your 40s, you still young. You still young. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like this. When you hit your 40s, you still kind of in the prime of your life. You know what I'm saying? You still pretty much in the prime of your life. You know, and we was talking about Kobe Bryant earlier. We was talking about Kobe. He was 41. He was 41 years old, and he had just retired like about 3 or 4 years prior to him passing. He just was really just starting to enjoy his retirement, and that happened. It's just crazy, man. 41 years old. You still got a lot of living to do. What's up, Mr. David Lopez in the building? What's going on with you, Lopez? Hopefully everything going well with you this morning. Yeah, Precious, absolutely. 43 is still young. You know what I'm saying? You got people, especially when you have people living to be like in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like it's wow. I know there's more stories. The husband had an affair with the neighbor and she had divorce papers ready. More questions about her. Whoa, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Had an affair with the neighbor. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that divorce, them divorces no joke. Them divorces are no joke. I've heard plenty of horror stories about them divorces. Well, that's good to hear, Lopez. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I've been watching, been tapping in with Bambi's content, her videos. She been, dropping them bangers lately, especially yesterday with the haunted house series videos. Yeah, you know. Sorry for leaving my phone just turned off for some reason. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Hopefully, um, yeah, no worries. Yeah. Sometimes them phones be doing that just out of nowhere. It be just they just I had a phone. My last phone would do that at times, just randomly cut off. So I feel you. Oh, you just turned 44 10 days ago. Happy belated birthday to you, James. Happy belated birthday to you. Yeah, her voices are smoking. Or her excuse me, her videos are smoking. Yeah, her video. Yeah, definitely. They be getting a lot of people tuning in and a lot of good feedback. It's just, oh, you used to work in a haunted house, James. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine working in one of those. Like that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Doing a series about haunted America, real life historical haunted places in the US. Yeah, those are some very, very insightful and educational videos that I've been put on to places that I didn't even know like cities that I didn't even know had haunted houses and stuff like that. Um like the one about Weston, West Virginia. That would be pretty interesting. Of course, Salem. I was familiar with Salem, Massachusetts, and I heard about the Winchester House in San Jose. I never got a chance to visit. I want to go back to the Bay Area, San Jose, more specifically, just to check out the Winchester House. So okay, congratulations. Made it to 300 plus subs, James, and it's only up from here. It's only up from here. So glad I could support the channel. You know, yeah, our RV adventures be wild, Lopez. Our RV adventures be wild for real. Yeah, this gonna be crazy. It's never a dull moment, that's for sure. That's why I did it. You my travel guide, so I want you to know all kind of places you could take me to. Yeah, definitely. It's good that you putting me on to these places, and I'll be definitely glad to, check these places out and, get that content. You was there in 2013, Salem in 2013. Yeah, I wouldn't mind visiting for real. It looks like it's a very very spooky slash but yet, very intriguing town up there. Not too I guess it's not too far from Boston, I would imagine. It's not that far from Boston. Congrats, I'll sub up. Oh wait, I don't get a wrench. I didn't even realize you. I didn't even realize you didn't have a wrench. Let me go ahead and hook you up. Yeah, of course you definitely get a wrench for sure. Yeah, never a dull moment in the pizza verse. Yeah, it's never, bro, for real. The pizza verse always got something going on. All the time. I'm back. My phone turned off again. Wow. Yeah, it has to be something going on with the like. Is it doing that? Like, has it been doing that a lot recently, or is it just did it just today? Yeah, yeah, but Alaska, that place in Alaska. Yeah, and just the fact that Alaska has one is really scary because Alaska, you out there, um, around all that land, sparsely populated land, and you have haunted houses in that area. That's crazy. That's crazy. That would be like really an adventure for real. I've heard the spots to hit are outside Salem. The actual stories and history about the infamous witches are outside of Salem. Oh, okay, the whole Salem witch trials and stuff. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, them Salem witch trials yeah, that was a trip. They have a trolley and the blonde college woman working there was smoking hot. Oh wow. Yeah, nothing like a nice looking female, nice looking woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, them trolleys. Always like riding those trolleys. Them cities that have trolleys and stuff. I know P9 running the empire is hard. Thank God I got all of you to help. Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, and I'm glad we can be part of this process, be part of you building this empire, and running this empire. I'm glad we could be a part of that. I'm honored to be a part of that. Absolutely. So, I just started doing that today. Wow. Hopefully it'll get better as far as that's concerned. I'm gonna go for the day. Might get back to you when you stream. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna get back on here later on. Excuse me. I'm gonna get back on here later on today, much like I did yesterday. Especially after I go hit up the gym and get this workout in. But it's so good to see you guys supporting. See that we supporting each other's channels and everything like that, staying tapped in and everything like that. So yeah, it's just a really great thing we got going here on YouTube. You know, Who's this? Ray. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Rio or Rejo Algarve? I did the best that I could with the pronunciation. So please forgive me if I mispronounced that. But I appreciate the flattering comment. I appreciate the flattering comment. Okay, good, good. I pronounced it correctly. Okay, that's good to know. Like I said, I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, I thought I'd get on here is I thought I'd get on here and do a live stream and chop it up with you guys. Algarve is a region in Portugal. Okay, I gotta look that up. I gotta do my research on Portugal. Yeah, James says the Bible says flattery will only get you so far. Oh yeah, is that right? Nah, for real. Yeah. Nah, that's true though. And it's so true. Oh, but you're Dutch. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, in the book of Proverbs. Okay. Flattery will only get you so far. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, y'all. True, James, but compliments doesn't hurt anybody, does it? Right on. Right on. It does help like money. Oh yeah. Money definitely helps. Money definitely helps, every penny, every dollar, every nickel, dime, all of it. Better to be nice to each other for sure. Yeah. The world is the world, it makes the world a much better place when people are nice to each other, and and not so negative, and and everything like that. And and the problem with the world is that it's too many negative people. You know what I'm saying? It's too many negative people. But I always had this philosophy though, that the good outweigh the bad. In the whole world, the good always outweighs the bad. The good amount of good people outweigh the amount of bad people. But don't waste your life going after riches. Yeah, yeah, definitely. The main thing which you should, I feel like every human being should try to accomplish in life, it's just being, just being at peace with the world, being at peace with the universe, and just having being rich in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause at the end of the day, God is going to judge you based on your how you treat people, your character, and your like your heart versus how much money you have in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? Because money comes and goes. I mean, even if you, let's just say you are extremely wealthy monetarily speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's just materialism. It's really materials. At the end of the day, you can buy materials with money, physical materials, but at the same time, like, you know it's if you just you can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? When you're no longer here in the fit within the physical realm, the money is, you can't take it with you. Yeah, the true peace cut. Yes, that's absolutely right, James. The true peace comes from the Creator, not the world peace. Right. Yeah, you definitely have to. You know what I'm saying. If you right with the Creator, then then everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, man. Definitely have to be at peace. You taking Dunkin' Donuts to heaven when I know Jesus would like it. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he would, James. Said Dunkin' Donuts. That making me. I make yeah. Anurag, what's good? How's it going this morning, Anurag? How you doing today? Hopefully all is well with you. Damo, what's going on, brother? How's it going with you, man? I'm doing quite well this morning, Damo. Just chilling, just vibing on this Wednesday morning, just chilling. I appreciate you subscribing, Rajo. I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I see what you're saying, James. He says because the donuts have holes, so they holy. I would have never thought about that, bro. I'm doing good today. How are you, brother? I'm doing quite well myself, Anorak. Can't complain. Can't complain. Just up this morning. Well, actually, I got off work about a couple of hours ago. So I'm just sitting here on this in this morning live stream, just chilling. I can't call it, bro, on this mouse wheel at the gig per usual. Okay, yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, on the grind, on the grind. I definitely understand that for sure. Matter of fact, man, I just got off work a couple hours ago. Yeah, people do say I have an Eddie Murphy laugh. I've been getting that a lot, especially since I've been on YouTube and doing these lives. Yeah, Anorak. I actually, yeah, I work nights. I work nights. So yeah, so I just got off work a couple of hours ago. So you know, yeah, just got off a couple of hours ago. I'm probably gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna be sleeping the next few minutes or so. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to get on here and tap in. Yeah, yeah. I be working. My shift is usually I go in at 10:30 at night, get off at 7. But I occasionally do like a couple of hours of overtime. Like some days I do like 2 to 3 hours over. Um, you know, especially during peak season. I be getting that overtime like crazy during peak season. But even during off peak, I might work OT like a couple days out the week. But James said he has a Will Smith laugh. All right, Ray Joe, I appreciate you for tuning in. And you take care and you have a good one as well. Appreciate you for tuning in. Anurag says, "What do you work?" I work at the. I don't work like I work for the post office, but I work. I don't. I'm not like a carrier or anything. I process the mail. We work in the processing plant. So we just process the mail, distribute it out, get it to the distributors, and they take it over to the station so they could, you know. So we're basically where it all starts. We process it, get it out, and make sure the customers have a tracking, and and get it to the stations so they can give it to the carriers, and they go run their route. Case they case the mail, go run their route. It's pretty much part of that cycle of mail delivery. you know yeah, that graveyard shift. Yep, that graveyard shift is yeah. Actually been doing the graveyard for about, I've done it for like the past really six, no, about 7 years. Has it been 7? Yeah, about 7 years. But I did swing shift for a little while. I did swing shift for about a year, and I went right back to graveyard. You did it? Oh yeah, you say you can't do graveyard. James did it once at Taco Bell 19 years ago. Oh yeah, I know that had to have been tough, man. Yeah, it ain't for everybody though. It's not for everybody. Like, for sure, man. It you know, realistically, it's tough. It can be tough, but I think at some point, once they have some availabilities open, you know, for the day shift, I might go back. I might go to day shift because I forgot how that felt. I haven't done a day shift in years, man. I haven't done a day shift in years. So I want to know what it's like to get off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I wanted to get that feeling again. Appreciate that, Anurag. Appreciate that. Respect to you as well. Saw a bunch of lot lizards getting tacos. Dang, man. Yeah, bro. That had to have been wild, bro. Working a late shift at Taco Bell, man. I know you get the little stoners. I know you get the stoners with the munchies that come through, roll through the drive through. I know you get those. You was getting those, man. What's up, Lila Hernandez? Lila in the back then in the building. Nice, Lila in the pimps. How you doing this morning, Lila? Wow, back then it was illegal. Oh wow, that's funny. That's crazy. That's crazy. So you talking about 19 years ago? That was what, back in '06, I think it was. Except I was getting real tacos from the taco trucks. I got me 3 asada tacos. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry now. All this all this food talk making me hungry. I'm doing well, handsome. What about you? I appreciate that, Lila. Appreciate that. I'm doing well myself. Doing very well. Can't complain. Dang. I didn't realize it was just 12. It was legal for just 13 years. Wow, that's crazy. So it just became legal in 2012. Wow. I had no idea that it was legal just for only 13 years. That's funny. Appreciate that, Lila. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel and liking the live stream. And shout out to Vegas, by the way. Shout out to Las Vegas. How has it been? How has it been out there in Las Vegas lately? I was watching Nick Johnson's video. You know, Nick Johnson also does like travel content, you know, so to speak. He does do travel content. I'll say that. Nick Johnson, he did a video in Vegas lately, and he basically goes around and he said he went to Vegas and he said Vegas like it's not as popping as it usually is. It's not popping like it normally is. You know, it's not a lot of. He did a video and it wasn't like a lot of people out there, like as far as in the streets and in the casinos. You know, I was like, wow, Vegas, to see Vegas look like a ghost town. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yep. One of the first states was Washington State. Yeah, one of the first states to legalize Mary J. Of course, Bambi. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I understand. You definitely love that weed for sure. All right then, James. You have a good one. I appreciate you for tapping in. It was nice seeing you this morning as well in the live. So I appreciate you, James. So you take it easy, brother. Not gonna lie, been tough. International travel is dead right now, but domestic travel is good. It's only not popping because everybody's struggling. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, you ain't lying. Like, yeah, people ain't got money to be traveling like that and to be going to the casinos, man. This dude literally did a like in the video he showed me like this like in Vegas, like it's this one restaurant that he went to that they charge $57 just for a burger and some fries. Like, yeah, I look, that's crazy. And they at $15 for one beer, it's insane, man. That's insane. People struggling. Yeah, people struggling, man. It's crazy. People ain't got money just to and it's sad that we in that. It's sad that we in that America is you know, we're in a state of affairs now in America where people can't really travel as much as they used to. That's like one of the that's one of the like favorite pastimes, you know. And people just barely. There's a lot of people out here just barely making ends meet, keeping food on the table, and keeping a roof over their head. They struggling just to do that. And they don't have no extra money to do miscellaneous things like traveling. Yeah, damn, yeah, $57. This dude said he went to a restaurant and they was charging $57 for the burgers and just for the burger and the fry. Like, that's crazy. Who's gonna pay that type of money to eat? Like, man, they don't get on somewhere with that. You know what you can do with $57? Like, that's crazy. Man, if I spend $57, I better not have an appetite for like that burger and fries better hold me for at least a couple of weeks. I better not be hungry for a couple of weeks, bro. $57. Crazy. And the casinos be greedy sometimes. I chit you not. One time I was hella thirsty and drunk, and they made me pay $8 for a Dixie cup of water. Oh yeah. Oh, that's insane, bro. That is crazy, Lila. Like, that's diabolical. Where you gonna charge $8 for a cup of water? What the hell? Yeah, Vegas has lost their mind. Vegas has lost their mind. I don't know what they tripping. Ain't no way. Them casinos, they can. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The locals don't. The locals don't f with the strip. We go to Fremont Street. Yeah, Fremont Street's lit. Like I enjoyed myself when I went to Vegas a few years ago. We went to Fremont Street. We had so much fun. Like we ain't even like the strip was like an afterthought when we went to the Fremont Street. It was so much going on out there. Ain't no burger that good. Absolutely, Damo. No burger that good. Man, like the $57, they can have it. They can have it. I'll go ground up some ground beef and make my own hamburger. Whip me up a couple of burgers. Shoot, $57. They lost their mind. Right now, Vegas is kind of for people with too much money, don't know what to do with it. Yeah, them the only people. Like those the only people. Cause they keep that up. That they not. Who gonna want to go to? Who gonna want to go somewhere and pay all that money pay all that money like. Mm-mm. It's hard enough. Like it's expensive enough just to travel, just to get there from certain places. Just to get a flight or to drive the gas if depending on where you driving from, the gas and the transportation just getting there. And then you gonna nickel and dime me when I get there. Just take all the money, like all my money. Like nah, I'm good. Like I'm good, bro. That's crazy. Mm-mm. Yeah. Absolute highway robbery for sure, man. I mean, charge you for water. Charge you for a Dixie cup of water, $8. Man, that's crazy. That is diabolical. Like, nah, man, they too money hungry. They too money hungry when they start doing that. Oh, I'm from Alabama. Lila, I'm from Alabama. Hmm. BD BGP. What up, BD? How you feeling? How you living? What's going on, brother? Long time. Long time. And they do it because they know you gonna pay for it when you that thirsty. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. They see they know what they doing. They know what they doing. They was like, you know what, this person is thirsty as hell. I'm just gonna charge them whatever the hell, and they gonna pay it because they not trying to. Yeah, they trying to quench their thirst. They gotta quench their thirst. They thirsty as hell. So yeah, $8. Yeah, Bessemer, Alabama. Shout out to Bessemer, Alabama for sure. Yeah, yeah, that's not too far. That's not too far outside of Birmingham. Matter of fact, right by Birmingham, actually. It's Bessemer. It's its own city. Bessemer is its own city, but it's basically Birmingham. It's like an extension of West Birmingham, basically. Yeah, yeah. Roll Tide. Go Bama. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Alabama been, we got off to a rough start this year. Lost to Florida State, who only won 2 games last year. But we picked it back up. We almost lost to Vanderbilt again too. We almost lost to Vanderbilt for a second year in a row. And you know, had a close encounter. We barely beat Georgia, but we beat Georgia, and we you know almost lost to Missouri. We took care of Tennessee last week. That was no problem. But we had some close encounters with Missouri and Georgia and Vanderbilt. We even though we beat Vanderbilt by like 16 points, like Vanderbilt started off like we got off to a rough start against them, and they beat us last year. But yeah, yeah, we still look. Our biggest test this year is going to be, I say, will be. I'm not really too concerned about LSU. That's usually our biggest test because that's our biggest rival. But I'm not too concerned about it. We beat Georgia, we can beat LSU. But our biggest challenge, I think, is going to be against Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Yeah, Gucci. Yeah, he from Bessemer. Yeah, Gucci from Bessemer. He just had to claim Atlanta. He had to claim Atlanta as far as his rap career is concerned because from a marketing standpoint, for him to claim Atlanta, but see, he from Atlanta, it just helps with his, but nah, he from Birmingham, he from Bessemer though. Yeah, he from Bessemer. He an Alabama cat, grew up, born and raised. Yeah, Alabama got Milo's. Yeah, yeah, the burger spot. Yeah, yeah, man, Alabama. Yes, yep. See pickup trucks everywhere. Everywhere you go in Bama, you're gonna see a pickup truck. You'll see it, a lot of off-roading. That's the culture here. A lot of off-roading. A lot of Budweisers. you know, tailgating. Every Alabama game is tailgating. Every Auburn game tailgating. Have I been to Miss? Oh yeah, plenty of times. I actually did some content out in Mississippi. I actually did some content out there. Yep, yep, out in the Delta, the Mississippi Delta. That's like my favorite spot to hang out. Even though what I'm saying, it might be and I like the Delta because doing large part, even though they're economically depressed out there as far as the economy is not all that great, but they have such a dope spirit, man. Like the Mississippi Delta is so much history there. You know what I'm saying? Like the blues history, just from the historical, and then they got a lot of good food down in Mississippi. They be throwing down. They be throwing down. But yeah, yeah. But I got quite a bit of content out there in Mississippi, as a matter of fact. You know, I've only been in the North Carolina and Florida as far as the South, but I want to check out Bama too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come check us out. Come check us out. Like it's yeah, Alabama's pretty chill. It's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? You got some parts, like specifically in Birmingham. You got Birmingham, Montgomery, kind of hood, kind of ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Selma. I still, but they still nice cities though. Like I mean, especially Montgomery. They got, it's a lot of history, a lot of historical. It's a lot of history down here, in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? But it's some cool places to hang out here. I'm in Huntsville. So Huntsville's like where it's at right now as far as in Alabama. Huntsville, Gunnersville. On that lake. You know, yeah, for sure. I'll show you around. Yeah, I could definitely be a tour guide around here in Alabama. For sure, for sure. I want to go somewhere that got that damn. Oh man, y'all with that MJ, y'all with that Mary J, for real. That's you and Bambi, y'all, yeah. What's up, P9? I'm up in Massachusetts. What's going on, DSN? I'm up in Massachusetts right now at my grandmother's funeral. Just letting you know, flew here safe yesterday. Hope you're doing well. First and foremost, DSN, thanks for tuning in to the live stream. And my condolences go out to you and your family, for as far as your grandmother is concerned. I'm sorry to hear that about your grandmother. I just recently lost my grandmother, a couple of about 3 months ago. As a matter of fact, 3 months ago. So I understand as far as that's concerned. Like, but condolences to you and your family. And I'm glad you made it to Massachusetts safely. And yeah, definitely hope to hear back from you soon. I want to go somewhere. Who got better, Bama or Sippy? Uh, that I'm not. I'm not really sure, bro. Like, honestly, I'm not really sure. I heard Mississippi got some good stuff though. I heard Mississippi got some pretty good stuff, but I'm not sure. I appreciate that, DSN. I appreciate that. And I'll see you later as well, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. And Brock Curtin, thanks for tuning in as well. Hopefully everything is good with you, brother. I appreciate you for tuning in for the live. And definitely, yeah, definitely praying for sure. Definitely praying. I appreciate you for stopping by. And I appreciate you as well, Lila, for the condolences. Appreciate you. But yeah, guys, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in to the live stream. I'm gonna go around here and get some sleep, because as Anurag, as my partner Anurag pointed out to me, I got them dark circles around my eyes. So yeah, brother, it just means as a brother need to go get some rest, go get some sleep. Um, I'm gonna be back on here later on today though, So if you guys see me live later on today and want to tap into the live, definitely come show your boy some support, and we can definitely chop it up. But I appreciate Lila, appreciate DSN, appreciate Brock, appreciate BDB, appreciate Damo, appreciate Bambi Palermo, James. I appreciate Anurag. I appreciate Rejo Algarve. And yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Tina Mo Show. Appreciate Tina Mo Show. Adam the God. Appreciate each one of you guys for tuning in to the live stream this morning. And I hope to see you guys soon. And until then, peace. I'll be back on here later on, so stay tuned. Later.